And that's why Mega Man Powered Up gets a 9 out of 10. See you guys later. Have a great day. Goodbye. Whew, that was an awesome review. I feel like it's gonna do great. Oh man, I feel like I should film another review though. I mean, it's great seeing from the screen and all, and doing PSP games and 3DS games, but I want to go back. I want to go back to my childhood, man. Maybe the N64 has a few good games that I can review. I mean, there's the obvious Mario 64 games and Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask that I can review, but I want to do a more obscure game, a game that I played a lot. To the drawer! Mario Party. Let's do the original Mario Party. Now reviews. Oh man, what's in here? Come on, there has to be a good game in here that is very obscure. Majora's Mask. Oh wait. No, that's one of those things, Zelda games. Ugh. What is an obscure game that I loved and played so much as a kid? I can't even find anything. Ooh, how about Fire Emblem? One of the Japanese ones that I own. Now, I'll save the Fire Emblem. I have no idea what the heck am I gonna read? How did that even get in there? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna be able to review anything. How am I gonna be able to review this if I don't have a game to review? I mean, it's a game review, right? I mean, I'm supposed to have a game to review. I mean, Holy Mother of God. Here it is. This game I used to play all the time. Sarge's Heroes, baby! Army Men, Sarge's Heroes for the Nintendo 64. This game is amazing. I used to play this game all the time when I was younger, and I just like played the crap out of it. I was really on. I got this game at what's that place called? Blockbuster? Is that what it's called? Do you guys know what a Blockbuster is? I doubt it. But yeah, I got this from Blockbuster, and it is an awesome game. This game is just, I don't know, there's just something about it that's amazing. And you know, you'd think a game with like Army Men as the main center wouldn't have a good story. This game has a great story, actually. It's pretty entertaining. A few plot twists here and there, and it's really fun to play. The controls are really wonky though, that's the only issue. Moving around is kind of hard because the guy moves a little slow, and then like when you want to turn, it doesn't work exactly the way you want it to work. But overall, a pretty good game. Believe it or not, this game has an actually really good story. It all starts out when, well, the Tan Army is invading the Green Army base. Sarge rescues his colonel, and they evacuate to their base in a helicopter. In the game, Sarge discovers that the portal leads from the plastic world to the real world, and the Tan Army is getting weapons of mass destruction from the real world, aka toys and magnifying glasses and stuff like that melt toys, you know, stuff like that. It's a really cool touch. And throughout the game, basically, Sarge is rescuing his own generals and his own people who serve under him, just to help him, you know, fight off the whole entire Tan Army. They're called the Bravo Company. Sometimes they're in Tan bases, sometimes he has to go through portals and save them from the real world, and you know, to avoid the destruction of the Green Army, Sarge has to destroy all the portals and stop the evil Tan mastermind, Plastro. Now, that may not seem that in-depth, but I'm trying to avoid just giving anything away just in case, but I will say, I love that scene with the gray soldiers. There's just something about it that's so cool when they're taking the gray soldiers and then somehow turning them into their plastic spiders or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, when I was a kid I thought that was like the coolest thing. And then like I love the blue spy, that guy was so cool. At one point you have to chase this guy throughout the bathtub in the real world. What's great about this game is that when you're in the real world, certain things hurt you. So let's say at one point Sarge takes a portal to the bathtub, and he can walk around the rim, but if he jumps in the water, you know, he'll sink and drown, and you know, you'll lose the game. But he can jump on stuff like soap bars that are floating up, or little toys that kids have, like rubber duckies and stuff. And it's actually a really cool touch. And the story is actually really good. I really enjoyed it myself. The ending was great. The story in this game is definitely there and is definitely great. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you're gonna have some moments in this game where you're gonna get really mad at your controller. See, this game controls really well, actually. Like, I made it sound worse than it did earlier, but it's still pretty bad for movement, for aiming. Aiming is kinda hard. The Z button and just everything around it just makes it hard to aim and get that perfect shot lined up. It's just... And then moving around and trying to get the perfect shot lined up without using a scope, that's when it gets hard. Lining up grenades, that's when it gets hard. You'll have a lot of moments where you'll get upset, but usually they're minor, you can find more ammo around. But what I love about the gameplay is the multiple weapons they give you, and each one has a different effect, kind of. For instance, the flamethrower, because they're plastic, they light on fire. I mean, anything would light on fire, but because they're plastic, it makes sense that they light on fire when you flamethrower them. You have minesweepers for minefields, which I found very innovative. I haven't seen that in a video game for a long time. By the time I played this game, not by the time I played this game, but when I played it again to review it, and everything is just really well laid out in the HUD. I feel like the screen is mostly clear for you to see what's going on in the battlefield, but what I love is they have a status bar, which is your guy's, which is Sarge's head, and like, the more dinged up you get, the more his helmet gets dinged up, and he just like, he looks unhappy when his health bar is low. Like, they didn't even have to add that, but it kind of rounds out the HUD. Like, if you remove that Sarge thing, then it looks like two icons, the health bar and the grenade weapon, not the grenade, just whatever weapon you're using, how much ammo it is, and then the map. And it wouldn't be rounded out to be like an upside down L shape. And that's what I like about this, is it adds little good HUD design, which is really good. And gameplay is great. I love jumping in this game. There's just something about jumping onto a couch in the real world that makes me feel happy inside. And I'm not even going to tell you the joy of blowing up a tank with a bazooka. Oh, it feels so right. I want to make it clear that I'm reviewing the N64 version of this game, not the PS version. I almost said PS3 version. But I'm not reviewing the PS2, PS1 version, I'm reviewing the N64 version. And because of that, graphics are not going to be its friend. That's right. Very polygonal, everything looks really badly textured. Things are not that good at all. Like, you'll look at it and you'll think, man, someone could have created this in a day if you look at certain levels at certain ways. And it's true, it's not good graphics at all. I'm not even holding it to today's standards, but the graphics are just not that crisp. But where the graphics do excel is in particles and Sarge himself. Sarge himself looks very fluid and very animated, while other characters I find look kind of weird. They kind of move slowly and kind of disjointed, but Sarge himself is very fluid, and that's the important part. Now, I want to talk about the soundtrack in this game. Yeah, the soundtrack is awesome. The soundtrack in this game is absolutely amazing. And one day, a few years ago, I was just like, alright, I gotta do a lot of editing today. Let's listen to some Sarge's Heroes. I listened to the whole soundtrack, and it is absolutely amazing. If you have a chance, just go look up a song or two from the game. It is amazing, and the soundtrack is just absolutely amazing. I could listen to these songs over and over and over again. Army Men for N64 has an amazing soundtrack, amazing story, pretty good gameplay, and pretty good controls, but is lacking in the graphics department, but is still amazing. This game has the best story. I mean, I didn't even think that it was possible for a story to be so good in an Army Men game. In an Army Men game. If you have an N64 and you have an Amazon or eBay account, get this game, because this game gets an 8 out of 5. The only downside to this game are the visuals and the kind of tough controls. I'll see you all later. Have a great day. If you have a game you want me to review, comment it down below. I'll see you all later. Peace. Have a great day.